ఇంకొన్ని విషయాలు వాళ్ళు ఉదయం చేస్తారు.
Thank you, sir, for giving this wonderful opportunity. As it is my homecoming to come to the University College of Law. Here, my masters are there, Dr. Sudhakar sir, Vijayendra sir, Kundadevi madam, Vijayalakshmi madam, so, and Rangarao sir. These are my masters. It is really, indeed, I think it is a privilege to be a part of this seminar. As you know that already our honorable VP sir told that the earlier speakers have covered everything regarding the human rights. So there is a little bit of coverage. Here I lay stress upon the United Nations and the human rights. You know, as you know that human rights is a part of our system since the Hindu system, since historical perspectives are concerned, Mahabharata period and the Ramayana period is reflecting the human rights. You know, in the Ravana gave the time to Sita to change her attitude, to marry him. Why? Ravana is powerful, he should have married immediately, but to give respect to the human rights, I think so, Ravana has given time to Sita. So that is a human rights aspects are new to our part of the world, but as earlier Professor G. Richards has already narrated that the medieval time of Sugar 50 in England, Magna Carta, and thereafter the evolution of the United Nations system is resulted into the strengthening of the human rights. You know, in San Francisco document was created in 1945. There, the non-governmental organizations have stressing upon the makers of the Charter of the United Nations that you include the human right as a part of the documents. So because of the pressures put forth by the non-governmental organizations, if you refer to the UN Charter, in many provisions, the importance of the human rights have been given. Very first of all, article first itself says that it is we have to respect the human rights of all the individuals. Then we have created a commission, Economic and Social Commission in the UN organ. There also the Economic and Social Council was given a specific task to find out what to be called as a human rights or what to be not to be called as a human rights. For that reason, it has created a United Nations Commission on Human Rights. It is based in Geneva. So the United Nations Commission on the Human Rights sits 5 to 6 weeks in a year and to inquire that what are the status of the human rights activities which are going on and taking place around the world. Even a private person like us, if are affected by non-talent attitude of the state parties, they can go to the UN Human Rights Commission. And you know, we think of going to the National Human Rights Commission or we think of going to the State Human Rights Commission. But it is within the ambit of the national jurisdiction. If we go to the international ambit, what may happen that international pressure leads to the more widening of the human rights activities and also that there is a stringent fear is created in the mind of the rulers of any particular country that they should not violate their human rights. Like that, there are, in spite of the UN is playing a very pivotal role, very important role in the molding the movement of the human rights around the world. We have seen that after 1945, in 50s, we have seen the China-Korean War. There was a lavish violation of the human rights as took place. If you go to 1960, Vietnam War, 1967. In every decade we see the violation of human rights throughout the world. In 1970, we have the Zambia, Zimbabwe and East African countries, they fighted for the independence. And at that time also Britishers and some other countries they have thrown away their aspects of the human rights. And in 1980s also, the Soviet Union annexed Afghanistan. There we could see the violation of the human rights. And in addition to that, in 1970, just stated that Iraqi invasion of the Kuwait, thereafter interference of the United States of America into the affairs of the West Asia, resulting into the violations of the human rights. And in addition to that, if you go to 2000 Yugoslavia conflicts, then we have the conflicts in North Africa like Sudan, Somalia, Iran conflict. So all these things have been flagrant violations of human rights have been taken place around the world. Simply we have said that we have a Security Council is there, the United Nations Organization, a General Assembly is there, which are protecting. But as of today, while I was speaking before you also, if you observe the situation in the Mosul